Greetings all, Dr. Zilke the Fall Fixer here. In this video, I'm going to talk a little anatomy and a little physiology and teach you how the body uses its systems to stay on your feet and to walk. All right, but first, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Please like this video. It really does help, and I'm grateful for the support. I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Good. All right, welcome back. So in this video, I want to share with you the three main body parts that give us balance, that give us control, that help us walk. And this is a conversation I have with my patients frequently in the clinic. And it really helps people understand what's going on. How come I just don't walk like I used to? When you understand the process behind things, it starts putting some things together. Get a little bit of a aha moment. Yep. So let's get started here. When we learn to walk and when we start figuring things out as toddlers, we have three main systems that our brain uses to put information together. We have the eyes, we have the inner ears, and then we have our entire body, all the joints and all the muscles. All three of these systems are sending millions of signals to the brain every second. And as we're young, our brain is starting to put together a software system. It's getting used to all these signals from those three sources and other stuff, and it's putting together a plan. It's putting together an understanding of, okay, so this is what I need to do in order to stay on my feet. This is what I need to do in order to walk. And we learn that process through trial and error. Okay, so if I step too far out, I fall. Good to know. If I stick my butt too far back, I fall on my butt. Oh, good to know. And your brain puts this information together, and that's how we learn to walk. That, if you will, is our software system. Sort of like a Windows operating system for walking. And then the hardware parts, if you want to use a computer analogy, which seems to work pretty well, is we have four big hardware parts, right? We're going to have the brain being one, eyes two, inner ears three, and then all the joints and muscles put together are the hardware which sends signals up to the main computer, the brain, for the software. So we learn that system. We learn how to use that stuff. And so here's what each of the three components does. The eyes. The eyes have a key role in keeping our gaze level, right? We like to have looking straight forward ahead of us. But we like to see things so we can predict what's coming on. So we know full well that if we're about to, walk on grass, it changes our dynamic a little bit. If we're going to walk on slippery tile in the shower, well, okay, I need to change my balance perspective a little bit, right? If something's coming closer or further away, I can adjust my body based upon what I see. That makes sense. Also, it's got a big factor in light. So we know when it's dark out, we process things a little differently in order to change the way we handle processing. So that's our eyes. Our inner ears. Our inner ears keep the head, in the proper position. We really, really like having our whole head level with the horizon. We're very used to that. That gives us a good perspective of where we are, because then when that changes, we can adjust our body mechanics. If we're walking on a slope, we'll do this. All that stuff, those two eyes in the inner ear, are put together to give us a system. What I want to spend a little more time on is explaining all the joints and the muscles, because I think that gets a little overlooked, and that's a huge part in understanding this. So, we have three systems, like I said: eyes, our ears, and our joints and muscles. Within our joints and muscles, we have three big systems as well. We have just below our spine, just below the base of our skull. We have our lower back, and then we have our soles of our feet. Our feet are actually 25% of all the nerve input to the brain from the joints and muscles, and that's a lot. Just imagine if there were a diabetic neuropathy case, losing all that input. So our brain learns to pay attention to all the signals from all the joints and all the muscles on knee bending, knee straightening, hip bending, hip straightening. What are our feet doing? Are the feet on something soft, something squishy, or are they on something hard? All this stuff goes to our brain. Our brain pays attention to that. So if you put this together then, and you think about as we age, we learned balance when everything was working right. We learned balance when didn't have any arthritis, didn't have any broken bones for most of us. And then we got better as we got into our teenage years, and then maybe we played sports, or then we went water skiing, and we enhanced that all together. So then we start to age and things start going awry. Then we start to get some hip arthritis. Maybe we're in a terrible car crash and we break a bone. It happens. Or perhaps we have a surgery and we have a hip replacement. So all those things change what's going on, and that changes the input, that changes the software. So what we learned as toddlers and as young teenagers, young adults, is changing into our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. We get different signals. If our brain learned to walk with a knee as it was, and all of a sudden, one day you have that knee, then you go into surgery, next day that knee is gone, your brain's left figuring out, what the heck just happened? I had a knee yesterday, now I don't. Or over time, you start having diabetic neuropathy, and day by day by day, your brain loses sensation from your feet. Or even a back surgery. If I mentioned earlier that our low back is a key part of this. Well, they go in and do a spinal fusion. We don't have that motion signals anymore. So all of that changes what our brain, our software perceives over time, which exercises are used to help adapt to that. That's why they're so crucial. Movement is really, really important in overcoming those deficits. So those are the big three, ladies and gentlemen. Your eyes, your ears, and then all your joints and muscles are the big three components. And then remember, inside your joints and muscles, you have your base of your skull, your lower back, and then your soles of your feet really give the most information to posture and to balance. And those things need to be addressed and considered as we start losing some balance as we age. Okay? I thank you for your time. I appreciate your support. Again, please, one more time, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and hopefully I'll be able to continue sharing information I've learned over my career with you. All right, have a great day.